3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's my mission. I don't want anybody to go home and sit there and think there's nothing else they can do. And I know there's people out there and I want to reach them. So it's not the end. It's not the end. I've seen people think it's the end, and 6 months they're punching and they're walking. I've seen a guy go from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane to walking into our facility with nothing. This is happening. This is happening. So that's my mission. I want to get out there and just reach as many people I can. That's my heart. Hi, I am Stacie King, and I currently am the head coach for Rocksteady Boxing at the Belleville Health and Sports Center. We have a program specifically designed for Parkinson's disease. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I started about 2 years ago with this program for Rocksteady Boxing, and then I went to school at McHenry University, and I obtained my degree in health and wellness. And immediately after that, I was hired at BJC Memorial Belleville Health and Sports Center. So one Sunday morning, my boss was sitting at her house and I was at mine, and all of a sudden we both, for unknown reasons, were watching the CBS News. And all of a sudden they had a boxing program for Parkinson's. At that time she was texting me, and at that time I was texting her, because we were super excited that possibly we could bring this boxing program, Rocksteady Boxing, to our facility. So BJC Memorial decided to send me to a training in Indianapolis. That's where Rocksteady Boxing originated. So they sent me on a weekend, and it was my first time experiencing and observing Parkinson's. I didn't know much about Parkinson's other than Michael J. Fox had it. My distant cousin had it, but I didn't know any information, or I didn't know nothing about Parkinson's. But when I went to that particular training, what I saw just became the passion of my heart. They trained us for 2 days, and it was boot camp style training. They had different levels of Parkinson's. Some were in wheelchairs, and some were called the elite. They were flipping tires. So there was all different levels of Parkinson's. But the one in particular that I do remember was the lady in the wheelchair, and her whole body was trembling. First time I'd ever seen anything like that. And it actually kind of scared me, thinking, what are they gonna do with this lady in a wheelchair that her whole body is shaking? There was 4 coaches there. They got her up and they walked her across the floor, and then they walked her back. And then they put music on and they walked her, and her body was becoming less shake, and they walked her back. And all of a sudden, 3 or 4 times walking back, she was dancing down and dancing back and happy. And I had tears literally rolling, not only me, everybody else watching was just tears just rolling down our faces. So at that point, that just did it. I was like, this is what I want to do. So I went through the training. I brought the program back to Belleville Health and Sports Center, which was 2 years ago. 7, do another set for me, Dr. Paul. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. 6, 7, and 8. Nice job. We started with probably 4 to 5 participants. And today, I have over 150 Parkinson's in this community. So this is the Belleville community we're talking about. This is how many Parkinson's people that are out there, and there's still more out there. And so it's my passion to reach as many as I can, to let them know that they don't have to sit at home and be depressed and isolated, because there's other options, and one of that is exercise. So typically for my program, we call it Rocksteady Boxing, but it's not only boxing. We do a lot of boxing, but we also do circuit training. We do battle ropes. We do flipping of the tire. We also sit in chairs for those lower levels, and we do a lot of exercises in the chair as well. So depending on their level, we put them in the classes that they need to be. However, sometimes when I do my evaluations before I put them in the classes, you know, we experience a little depression. I've had probably several say they don't want to go on with life. I've had several cry in front of me. I've had several say that this is it, and I say, no, it's not. So sometimes just putting them into a class with a lot of people, they become highly close to these people. They realize there's a bond here, that they're sharing the same journey. Yeah, let's do it.
Whew, precious. Take a nice deep breath. Man, today I saw some absolutely amazing things. And you know what? At the last, I love to see you guys smiling.
That they're not the only ones going through this, and they become family. And that is the exciting part of it, to watch those particular people come out of their depression. Granted, no medicine, nothing other than they know they have other people that they can confide in to get them through this journey that they're walking through. Okay. We have at the Belleville Health and Sports Center, we have 5 classes Monday through Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. We also have classes on Wednesday that is the elite athletes, and they're the ones that do the battle ropes. They do running, they do agility ladders, and with all of this exercise, the purpose of it is we're trying to keep them moving. With anybody, if you just don't move, the body is just going to freeze. It's going to freeze up. So, and that is a term for Parkinson's, freezing. They tend to freeze. So we introduce big movements, big steps, and we also do voice activation, big and loud, and we also do facial expressions because the muscles tend to get a little bit starey. It's like a stare look. When they're looking at you, they're just staring at you. So we work on all these signs and symptoms. Just several of the symptoms and signs are tremors, shuffling of the feet, posture, stare look in their faces, voice activation, their signatures get really small. Anxiety, fear, depression, they can't feed themselves, they can't swallow, food, all these are signs and symptoms of Parkinson's. The age group for Parkinson's, research hasn't really targeted age group, but through my experience, my youngest was 32, and my oldest currently is 95. So there's a wide range of how Parkinson's can affect early or the older generation. So this is Parkinson's disease. I want to get my message out there. I'm starting to do presentations and demos at various locations just to get the word out there about Parkinson's, because I always say there's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that has Parkinson's, and that has been the case since I've been doing my presentations. And so they come to me, I do my evaluation, and then I put them in the class. However, I have also designed a program where sometimes they just can't get to me because Parkinson's is really attacking them. So I go to them. So now I'm doing in-home visits with boxing and exercises that's helping them to keep moving while they're at home. So there's a lot of things going on with this program called Rock Steady Boxing. If you need to get in touch with me, I'm at the Belleville Health and Sports Center in Belleville, Illinois. Just feel free to call there and we can get anybody going in the Rock Steady Boxing program. This is what I always say with Parkinson's. Whatever the symptom is, the earlier that we can work with it and combat it and fight it, the better it is. So if that's happening, then those muscles here need to be worked. You know, we work on A-E-I-O-U and we shout that. That's working those muscles. So don't ever give up hope. That's the thing. There is hope. There is hope. If there's something that I'm not aware of and I go do my research, okay, what exercise do I need to do for that? There's always something out there to help these people, you know, and there's no cure, unfortunately, but if we can prolong their life, quality of life, that is the goal, and that's what I'm trying to do. With the Parkinson's program, one thing that's so important for them is they need to be around people that are sharing the same journey that they are, because it helps them with any questions they have, If they need any type of support, it's like this huge family coming together and they support each other. We also have support group on Thursdays of every second month, and we meet. We have guest speakers who come in. Sometimes I'm the guest speaker. We have physical therapists come in. We've had occupational therapists come in. But even in that support group, it's so amazing to see them come together and just talk and socialize. And I really do feel that's such a important aspect for them. They need that, because when they're at home sometimes alone because their caretakers are having to work, or their caretakers are there and caretakers are tired. And so that's where when I come into their homes, I try to present the same type of program that I'm doing at the center to them at home. And it's just so amazing to see them come alive when and it's not me, it's just exercising with them. I see Bob every Friday, and every time his arm goes up to here, because Parkinson's can affect either the right side or it can affect the left side. So typically what I've seen, it affects more the right side. There's a very few on the left. And what I mean by that is maybe their hands shaking on the right, they're very weak on the right, or they're shuffling their foot on the right. So I try to work that right side a little bit more. But Bob, for instance, I'll come in and he'll be like, here. I say, okay, Bob, so we'll do a little exercise. It's just movement. Okay, Bob, try it again. He's here. Okay, Bob, let me stretch you out. Boom, his arm's way up here. Okay, Bob, now you try it. And then there it goes, all the way up. Now, have I not gone in there and do that? Just think about the consequences. That body just freeze up and there would be no life. So that's my in-home visits, trying to keep them moving as well. But the thing with Parkinson's is when we see the symptoms and signs, it's very difficult, but don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. There's always a way to work the muscles. And I'm going to explain just a little bit. I'm no doctor, but what happens is there's a neurotransmitter called dopamine. We all produce it, and that's the chemical that sends the message to the muscles to work. Okay, you're going to move today. You're going to move. With Parkinson's, there's a lack of that neurotransmitter dopamine. So there's no messages being sent to the muscles to tell them to move. Simple. That's just simple bottom line. There's more technical medical terminology, but that's simple. So our job is to get them moving. Simple, just get them moving. My mom, who had stage 4 colon cancer, she visited them because she was a voice and piano teacher in her home. So she went in and taught them how to breathe. So those are the things. You're not breathing right? Well, here, I'm gonna have somebody come in and they're gonna teach us how to breathe. So it's just combating every sign and symptom that they have. And pretty much, they'll get a little bit better. I feel that they need more at home. I'll be at their doorstep. I'll be at their doorstep saying, I'm here, let's get it going. And that's what Bob needed, and that's what Mary needed. But typically I tell them just to keep moving, especially with shuffling the feet, because that's how falls happen. And Parkinson's falls, they fall a lot because they shuffle their feet or they freeze. There's such thing as a freezing. All of a sudden they'll stop and they'll be up on their toes and they can't move. And so I have to say, okay, pick up your feet, pick up your feet. 1, 2, 3, pick up your feet. All of a sudden you'll see them starting to pick up their feet. That's freezing. Pete, he'll sit like this. That's freezing. He'll bend over. It's like, Pete, get up, keep, you got to keep iterating. And I truly think it's that lack of dopamine that's having that effect on them. I try to do whatever I can to be there for them, to work with them, to sit in my office with them, to hold their hand, to give them a hug, to whisper in their ear, to yelling at them, to whatever it takes to keep them going. I have never, ever seen such determination, committed people in my life, because every single day they're fighting for their lives. And if it's snowing and ice out, our regular people don't show up. But you know what? I have 20 Parkinson's people show up to work out because that's what they're doing. They're trying to fight. They know it's helping them. Belleville Health and Sports is not the only place that has Rock Steady Boxing. Rock Steady Boxing, that program, 534 affiliates that have opened up around the world. One just being Japan. They just opened a Rock Steady Boxing in Japan. One being in Canada, Florida. Oh my goodness. The programs down there for Parkinson's, not specifically Rock Steady Boxing, the programs down there for Parkinson's, it's huge. They're all over the place. So all around the world, the message is starting to get out there. There's one place that I found that they don't have it, and I'm trying to get down there, is Southern Illinois. Mount Vernon, West Frankfort, Benton. I have a cousin that has Parkinson's, and he lives in West Frankfort, Illinois, and there's no programs down there. However, he did buy a boxing bag, and he put it in his basement. So he's now trying to work out in his basement. But that area, Carlisle, that area right there, there's no Parkinson-based programs. So I'm trying to reach more down there. There are other options to help with the Parkinson's signs and symptoms. So we had a journey to a painting facility, and this was spectacular because a few of them, again, were very scared. They were scared. They were like, how am I gonna paint when I'm shaking? And I'm like, you can paint, you can do this. A lot of it's just encouragement, and so they decided to try it. So they came to the painting, and obviously they were still a little skeptical about the painting, but I saw miracles happen, that their tremors, even while painting, subsided. And they painted within the lines even at that, and it was beautiful. So with that particular experience, I do believe that there are other options for them, and painting was a great option. I truly believe when I observed that, what I came up with, again, it was that dopamine, that they had to really focus and think about what they were doing. And I truly believe that was like something going on there. There was a connection happening. So painting is a great opportunity for Parkinson's to relax. They had music going, and music is awesome. You know, it was relaxing, and they got to be themselves, and they were talking with each other, and while they were talking with each other, they were painting between lines, and just so many positive things came out of the painting. I do believe when they're at home, if they have some type of activity like painting, this would help them soothe their souls. And I think it's very relaxing for them, and they need that because every day they have to struggle with this disease. So for them just to relax and just paint keeps their mind off of what is really happening for just that moment, that they can think, oh wow, I'm doing this. And so Parkinson's is kind of pushed to the side for that moment. So I see a lot of benefits with online painting. Paintingwithparkinsons.com is a great option to go online, and something that Parkinson's people can actually go online and they can bring this into their homes and have this opportunity to paint, which is a great benefit for them. Painting and exercise, and there's so much more that we can help them with, and that's my mission. I don't want anybody to go home and sit there and think there's nothing else they can do, and I know there's people out there and I want to reach them. And with the online painting, that's awesome, because then that's reaching out to them, saying it's not the end. It's not the end. I've seen people think it's the end, and 6 months they're punching and they're walking. I've seen a guy go from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane to walking into our facility with nothing. I'm saying this is happening. This is happening. So that's my mission. I want to get out there and just reach as many people I can. That's my heart. That's my heart. There are so many professional boxers out there that box. There's only one group of people that box for their life. And this is so important for everybody out there that has Parkinson's disease. You have to get up, you have to fight, and there's other options out there. I want every Parkinson's person to contact any facility that has a Parkinson's program. Online, if it's a health and wellness facility, they're out there. And the best thing that you can do is get up, start moving, and get involved. It's not the end. It's only the beginning of a quality of life that you can live. And it's absolutely important that you find somewhere, someplace, Rock Steady Boxing, Parkinson's. Just get up, get there, and get involved and get moving. Even if you're sitting in your chair, just start moving. Move your arms, speak out loud, work your legs. There's so many things that you can do to survive, and that is the key. We want to keep you moving and keep you going so that you can survive, because that's going to happen. And that is my message for you. If you're out there, look it up. There's places you can go to get some Parkinson's classes going.